Hey guys, we'll just give it a bit of time for everyone to funnel in here and then we will begin. I'm really excited because today we're inviting Jason from the EverRise team up to answer questions. We love Jason. Everyone loves Jason. Great guy. So thanks for popping on here with us, my friend.
Hey guys, hey TJ, hey Jen, hey Titan, hi everybody. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely.
Hello.
We'll give it another 2 minutes, guys, and then we'll start. And while we wait, if you guys don't mind just retweeting the space that we just put out, that would be amazing.
Also, guys, I'm going to be looking at the YouTube comments. So if there's any questions from YouTube throughout this space, I'll happily bring those questions up for the team to answer.
All right, we will begin. Jen, do you want to start off as usual with the marketing update?
Yeah, let's do it. So, as you guys may know or may not know, we have an incredibly exciting feature coming up for Everbridge, which is our native cross-chain swap. This has been something I have been incredibly excited for on the EverRise front. I think it opens up a lot of opportunities for us, not only from a marketing standpoint, but just from an actual blockchain functionality standpoint. And sorry, excuse me. um, so what we have been doing since we've announced this feature is we've been building out our new ad campaigns as well as building out some influencer campaigns across YouTube and Instagram. We're also going to be looking at doing a little bit of a Twitter campaign around this. I'll let TJ get into that one. I think, as many of you guys know, our Mutant Ape NFT has not been claimed yet. So I'll let TJ explain a little bit more about that. But really, beta releases tomorrow. We're going to see how it goes. There's a ton of materials that need to be prepped. Everything and anything from updating our white paper as well as updating the website, getting this UI, UX functional on the website and DApp pages, and really just everything that we can to draw attention to this, we're going to do. I think this is one of the biggest things that we've released so far. So we'll be hitting hard on the press front as well as the influencer front and paid marketing front. What I'm personally incredibly excited about is we've had to, in the past, exclude the US from any of our paid media buys due to the fact that, before we were saying, oh, like, look at our project, buy our token was more or less the message that was coming across. But now we actually have a feature of the DApp that we will be able to advertise in the US since it is just a software service. So a lot of work is happening right now behind the scenes on marketing, and I look forward to giving you guys an even better update next week once we get some of these action items rolling.
Absolutely. Well said. Yeah, to speak quickly to the Mutant Ape Giveaway, the winner had 2 weeks to claim the prize. It wasn't claimed. So, therefore, we are going to do it again. You guys, if you're in the NFT space, you know that mutants have absolutely been flying. When we did the giveaway at the beginning, it was worth around 4 ETH, which is 12 to 13K, somewhere around that ballpark. Now it's worth 17 ETH, so it's a lot more. So there's going to be a lot more incentive. So We're going to have all the instructions posted on Twitter for you for that, and we're just finalizing the details. But that's the Mutant Ape giveaway, so that's really exciting. Plus, Mutant Apes right now are pretty trendy on Twitter, so we should attract a ton of eyes with this. So we're really looking forward to it. Unfortunate that the original
It's
winner
important
didn't.
to.
Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
Sorry, I just thought it's important to say that we exhausted every single form of communication with that winner, emails, reaching out on social media, and yeah, unfortunately they didn't claim it, but it now gives a big opportunity back to the community, and I know there's going to be a lot of excitement about that giveaway.
I do want to just chime in on that front. Whenever we do a Gleam giveaway, guys, especially when we're doing a Gleam giveaway of this scale, whatever email address you're using to enter into Gleam is going to be our first point of contact that we will make if you're the winner. We will also send up follow-up emails to that just because the NFT is so valuable. We're not just going to send it over to the wallet address that you submitted your staking contract or that you submitted your Rise holdings with. It is something that we will confirm with you via email and other forms of communication. So just a note, if you do submit to any of our Gleam contests, make sure you are utilizing an email that you have access to.
Yeah. With that said, before we say anything?
Did you ask me?
Yeah, I wanted to know if you wanted to say anything before we jump into some.
Yeah, so yeah, I just want to talk about the native coin swap. Yeah, before that, guys, I mean, first of all, like, wish you all a happy new year, and hope this year will be ours. And we are starting with one of the biggest problem what we have in the DeFi space, like the native coin swap is one thing what we're rolling out. And so far, whatever the native coin swaps you have seen, like those are all like with respect to the stable coins, they do the swap and convert it and send it. But here we are trying a different approach. We want to use the Rise as the backbone for this entire swap so that we have this, we are utilizing the Rise. And I mean, nobody has built this way for the native coin swap, and we are doing it. And at the same time, you might be thinking like, I mean, the price fluctuations will vary between the chains, but how are we going to benefit out of it? Like, yeah, there will be price differences between the chains, but at the same time, if you are going from lower chain to higher chain, you will get the max, like the market value of the conversion. But if you're trying to go from higher chain to the lower chain, like it's the same thing. Like if you're trying to buy high and sell low, it is always a loss trade. If you're doing it buy low and sell high, you will get the best possible maximum market rate for the conversion. So, but eventually you might have actually observed like a couple of days back when I was testing it, the difference between the chains diminished, like it's very close to like 0.5% or something. So it's not just like even if only I was just testing it, I was able to make that happen. But what if more people start using the native coin transfer, like more and more people join the hands, like, I mean, it will be, the market rate will be pretty good when the prices will be same across the chains. And I really expect that it will happen that way. So yeah, this is, and also like more importantly, the swap is almost like 1 minute or max 2 minutes as the congestion is not there in the network. No one is actually giving the native token transfer this fast. Since we have the infrastructure of the bridge, we're able to utilize it properly. So yeah, we're pretty excited for that. So tomorrow we'll be opening for the beta version, and most of the like Telegram or Discord, I mean, the community will be, they can use it, but will not be publicizing to the outside world. So we just want to make sure that if there are any kind of issues or bugs, we just want to fix it before we launch on 10th. So the entire community will be able to use from tomorrow onwards.
Suresh, do you want to talk a little bit about how we're doing the beta and what the max transaction limits will be for this test round so we can see how it is live?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let me also tell about the transfer fees and everything. Yeah, the max, currently as you guys know, we have very small liquidity compared to other big projects where they have the bridges. So since we have limited liquidity, we don't want to open the native coin like for 100 BNB or 200. We cannot support that much. So we'll be going with small amounts. For now, it will be like 10 BNB on the BSC side, 2 ETH on the Ethereum, and 2500 Matic on the Matic side. That is the max limit. And we haven't thought about any minimum. I mean, like, basically, I don't think anybody will try to do any kind of sense because they'll be incurring so much of gas fee. So it's not really worthwhile to do that way. And the transfer fee is like, we'll be collecting like 0.5% charge on each of the chains. Like on the, suppose if you're transferring like $100 worth of BNB from BSC to Poly, you will be receiving $99 worth of Matic on the Poly side. Like we'll be collecting 0.5% on each chain, like 1% will be taxed. So that will go to the business development. And the other thing is, if you're going from lower chain to higher chain, suppose if you're going from BSC to Poly and the BSC price is less and the Poly price is more, you will get your market rate for the conversion, but whatever is the surplus amount, what we get from the conversion because of the higher price, 90% of that surplus amount goes to Kraken immediately and 10% will go to the business development. The only reason why we are taking is, I mean, we want to make sure how it goes because we have very much of low liquidity. We don't want to spoil the project by having everything there. So, and we also have some other plans in the future for the native for this native token transfers. So yeah, the fees those. And what else did I miss? Yeah, I mean, one thing is we'll be showing like what is the conversion rate beforehand on the UI, and it's up to the user who is transferring whether to take the decision or not based on the conversion, whether he is getting the correct rate or not. I am pretty sure that, I mean, when I checked whatever the amount I am getting, it is pretty good compared to other bridges. Even though, I mean, when I say that I'm not including the gas fees or anything, I mean, we'll still have the same kind of bridge gas fees like 0.01 BNB for the BSC. And earlier we used to have 5 Matic from the Poly. We reduced it to 3 Matic right now. Unfortunately, each side I cannot comment anything because those gas fees are really going crazy. Sometimes, I mean, I had to spend, even for my testing, I had to spend like 400 to 500 bucks just to transfer. So we don't really see, I mean, we cannot do anything with respect to ETH, but since we have the token there, project there, we are supporting it. If anybody wants to take advantage of converting from BNB to ETH, like within 1 minute or 2 minutes, they can just pay more gas and they can do it. Or they can just go the traditional way of like 30 minutes or 1 hour, or go to the CEXS, or anything. We have the option there to go to ETH. So, but mainly like we are mainly looking at BSC to Poly, or in the future, if you go to our chain, we can directly, I mean, we don't see, even like when we went to Poly, even I had struggle in buying the Matic or getting the Matic. So now we are just giving the option on the DeFi itself where they can just, with one click of a button, they can just get the native coin on the other chain.
Yeah, Suresh, I can just come in there. I personally have had issues getting Matic. Sometimes on Binance, they close down the wallet withdrawals. And obviously, I know a lot of people like to take advantage of arbitrage. So if they're looking to get Matic tokens to buy on Matic, then that can be a bit of an obstacle. And I've also had people in my DMs messaging me about obtaining Matic and how the best way of doing it is. So we're actually opening up this service and this system to everybody, EverRise holders and general DeFi holders, to be able to switch between native coins. It's massive. It's going to be a real good utility that we can share and spread between community and outside communities as well. And I'm very, very excited for that because, you know, we are creating perfect arbitrage opportunities at the same time of being able to allow freedom of movement of tokens and native coins.
Yeah, I mean, since you talked about arbitrage, I mean, I just want to pinpoint on that. I mean, so far, whenever there was any arbitrage opportunities, there were some people who were taking advantage of it. I mean, we created that way that people can take the advantage, but with the native coin swap, it's kind of a bad news for the people who are taking advantage, because when anybody does the native coin transfer, the entire arbitrage amount will go to the stakers. Like, it is not for one person; it is for the entire project. It will go to the Kraken. So eventually, all the arbitrage benefits will go to the stakers. So that
Yeah,
is one
but
good thing to the project.
but Suresh, am I right in saying that if the price on Poly is lower, you could just take your BNB, take it to Matic, and then pay a lower price on Poly to buy in to take advantage of arbitrage?
No, I mean, basically, with respect to arbitrage of token, I don't think it is possible, because people can actually do the native coin transfer. But with respect, if you are just trading the arbitrage, I mean, if you're trading the Rise token for the arbitrage, it might not happen, because people will immediately
but if
place
you
the
want to get
native
the
coin.
native coin to buy in a lower price on the other decks, for example, you can do so at a much faster pace by using the native coin swap. That's what I was trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. So since we have Titan here, we'll let him address questions about the native token swap. But with that said, we'll open the floor to questions. So Jay Crypto, you are first. And guys, if you have questions, feel free to raise your hand. Hey Jay, how are you? Jay, are you there? I see your mic unmuted, but I don't hear you. You might have to try leaving and rejoining, and then requesting again. And then Jason, if there's any questions from YouTube, feel free to read them out while we wait for Jay.
Yeah, there was a question earlier on as the stream was starting over on YouTube. Is there any solution planned for the staking reward pool as it's currently getting a 1x rewards? I know that there is an answer that we've given out, but maybe we can use this opportunity just to remind people that the way that the rewards work. Suresh, do you want to take that?
Yeah. See, the rewards are like, they are not time bound. You can actually withdraw them at any time. So whenever you are withdrawing the rewards, we cannot give like max multipliers or your initial stake multiplier. But at the same time, since those are rewards, we want to auto compound them. So that is the reason we are going with 1x multiplier, and we don't want to change it unless it's up to the people's decision, like whether they want to withdraw the rewards or like restake them to get better rewards. We need to have those. I mean, we cannot just plan something because the contract is already coded. Now we cannot change anything. At the same time, we actually thought about this one before we deployed. We thought, we want to make sure that rewards can be taken anyway at any day, and we want to make sure that this is kind of a passive income for the people who stake. We did not want to put any restrictions. At the same time, we're giving 1x rewards. So yeah, I mean, that will not change. And also, it's not fair to change also, because those can be withdrawn at any time.
There you go. Jay, would you like to try speaking again, my friend? In the meantime, I'm going to bring up Yu. Hey, Yu, how are you?
Good. How about you?
Very well, thank you very much.
I had a question for Suresh about the other native token swaps, the options you'll be able to have. I'm sorry for fumbling my words, but would you be able to only use native swaps for tokens that we support with Rise, or in the future will there be other blockchains available that we don't necessarily support? You'll have a pairing with Rise with.
Yeah, I mean, at present, we have planned with the tokens where we have the liquidity. If we wanted to support other pairs, other tokens where we don't have liquidity, we have to come up with a plan. How do we get the liquidity, or do we create a new liquidity pools, or ask the people to deposit? I mean, we have to plan for them. And right now, we just started with Rise as the token. I mean, we just wanted to use the Rise liquidity pools and make sure that we can do the native coin swap.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not off the table. We'll think about it in the future. Like, how do we actually support other coins?
That is awesome. I have another question too, kind of tied to that. So that's awesome, and I appreciate everything you're doing there. But at some point, if it were an option to implement like Bitcoin because it's so readily accessible, I don't know how you make that happen. Use your magic, but that would be amazing. And also, um, with this new V2 contract, I remember you talking about keeping options to not necessarily just hold the native token and I guess the Kraken or marketing. Would that work too? Like if you were to transact a token that we don't actually support, like for instance, Bitcoin, being able to take those rewards and then still put them into the Kraken, but swap them and still make rewards go to the stakers because of the option of switching between the other currencies.
No, the contract doesn't support it. See, the option what we have with respect to Kraken is whatever the Kraken amount, we can actually convert into some other currency like stable coin and keep it.
Mm-hmm.
But even we did not explore on that opportunity, even though we have the functions there, we never actually used it because we want to make sure that the Kraken is fed enough. I mean, that is again like what I mean. We actually have those options,
Mm-hmm.
thinking about if there is a market correction, we want to use it. But right now, the market is not corrected, but at the same time, it is very stable kind of thing, and it's kind of a trading. If you try to start converting to USDT right now, what if tomorrow BNB goes up very big or ETH goes up very big? I mean, that is kind of again will involve in doing some kind of trading on the Kraken amount, which will not be good for the project. So yeah, at this point, we're not trying to convert to stable. We'll just leave it with the native currencies as it is.
All right. Thank you very much for answering my question. I appreciate it. And you guys are rock stars. Keep doing it.
Thank you very much, my friend. Sushil, the floor is yours. Hey, Sushil.
Hey, sorry, man. Thank you. Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, I just want to say Happy New Year to you guys. And Titan, man, I'm a big fan of yours. Just to let you know, Um, but I have actually a quick question about I guess the bridge. So, when you say native tokens, does that mean the tokens that are not listed on major exchanges or any tokens?
No, we're saying native currency, which is nothing but BNB, ETH, Matic. Those are not the tokens. Those are the native coin which are used for the gas fees on those chains.
Got it. So because what I was thinking is a lot of popular tokens, I mean coins, are already listed on uh, major exchanges, right? So for them, it wouldn't benefit those people. They're already on those exchanges, right? It would benefit people, the tokens that are not listed on the popular exchanges. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes, basically what we are saying is, see, we are fans of DeFi. I mean, we want to be in DeFi. We don't want to go to CEX to do transfers. So if any person is loving DeFi, they will stay in DeFi. They will transact within the DeFi world. If you wanted to transfer your BNB to ETH or Matic, the only way right now is like you have to go to the exchange, sell the, I mean, like you can take the BNB there, sell it to ETH, and they can send it back to your DeFi wallet. But with this native token transfer, native coin transfer, like you can directly transfer within your DeFi wallets. You don't need to go to any CEX.
Oh man, that's huge, man. That's a lot more than what I was thinking, man. Gets me more excited. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks, Sushil. Appreciate it, man. Love your energy. Always do. Jay Crypto, do you want to see if you're able to speak now, my friend? And if anyone else has questions, please feel free to raise your hands. There are actually no questions in queue right now, which blows my mind, but also at the same time, it kind of shows me that the team is pretty transparent and that everything is pretty crystal clear. So if anyone just has anything to say, feel free to unmute your mic. We're here for another half an hour. There we go. DP, how are you, my friend? Hey, DP. DP, you might have to unmute your mic on the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I have a couple of questions actually.
Sure.
First one is I heard I was reading about NFTs which can be bridged over to from one side to the other. Just interested in how does it work? How does bridge work with NFTs? And is it possible for our NFTs or any NFT can be bridged on the other side?
You still have to wait on that for more details. Right now, we are only exploring the possibility for our NFTs. As part of that implementation, we might give more information like how we can actually do for the other things. But yeah, we still need to wait for more updates on that.
That's great. My other question being, just now we got to know that the stakers will be getting a percentage whenever the bridge is used. Can you please tell us in detail? Like I mean, I'm not sure how much percentage or which bridge. If Poly to BSC someone bridges, how does it work?
Yeah, so basically what I said is like with respect to native coin transfer, whenever there is a price difference and the difference amount of 90% of the difference amount will go to the chain where we are selling it. Suppose if I am transferring like $100 worth of BNB from BSC to Poly, I'm just taking an example. And suppose for the same number of, if I try to buy $99.5 worth of RISE tokens on the BSC and send it to Poly, and when I try to sell those tokens, if I get like $120 worth, but the user will still be getting the conversion of $99 worth of Matic for him, and the difference of $20 or $25 worth of Matic will go into the Kraken on the Matic side, which will eventually go to the buyback and staking. So any difference amount will always go to the Kraken. And when I say any difference, it's like 90% of that difference amount, and 10% will go to the business development.
That's great. That answers my question. Thank you.
Thank you very much, DP. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. Monty, how are you? Hey, Monty, you there, my friend? All right. While you sort that out, I'm going to invite Josh up. Hey, Josh. Josh, are you there?
Hi, man. How you doing?
Hey, how are you? Good, thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. I just want to say congratulations on how everything you've done so far, and thank you. You've been delivering since day one. I was there.
Thank you. It's been quite a journey.
It has, man. It has. It's been fun. I've loved it. I just wanted to ask. Maybe I missed it because I didn't join quite at the beginning of the AMA. But was there any advantage for holders when using the bridge, or is it the same for everyone?
Are you talking about the?
Yeah, there is an advantage, right? The first advantage is like we get more volume for the RISE, and people will notice that okay, so much activity is going on with respect to the RISE token. And the second advantage is whenever there is a difference between the prices on different chains, the arbitrage, whatever the value, what we get, that will go to Kraken. Eventually, it will go to stakers.
Oh no, I appreciate that. I mean, like, so if I'm going to use the bridge, because I do a lot of my trading on Binance, but obviously NFTs are on Ethereum, so that I'm always having to transfer between the two. But I'm just saying, do the holders get like a better rate of transfer or any kind of cheaper rate or anything like that, or is it the same for everybody whether you hold EverRise or not?
Yeah, whether you hold EverRise or not, it's always the market rate.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
But
much.
what I will say and add on to that is the trading that happens of Rise when we're doing these native cross-chain coin swaps, it contributes to the volume. And if it's contributing to the volume, it also contributes to when the Kraken gets triggered for a buyback. So it does reward holders in that way by generating that volume.
Oh yeah, and that's brilliant. Man, I've got my 12-month stake there. I'm cool with that.
I love that. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate your support from day one, my man.
Cheers, dude. Keep
Monty,
doing what you're doing, man.
we won't stop. You have our word. Monty, how are you? I think Twitter Spaces is acting up a little bit today. We'll try J Crypto again. Monty, feel free to speak if you can get your mic unmuted. Hey, Monty, how are you? Can you hear me? Oh, he disconnected. Send an invite over to you to speak. Jason, any YouTube questions you want to rapid fire?
Hey, sorry, I was having some issues with the space there. Yeah, still got a question here from DJO asking when other exchange listings. So I know that Waso's not with us today, but I'm sure that you can answer that one on his behalf.
Yeah, talking with exchanges and all that stuff. So, I mean, as we've mentioned before, exchanges are a big priority. We don't want to just jump on all of them right away. It's all strategic. So, unfortunately, with many exchange conversations, there's NDAs involved for good reason. We're in a lot of those right now, so we can't speak to what's next, what's coming, but we can tell you that there are plenty of active conversations occurring with exchanges at the moment, top tier exchanges. We're not going after the little fish anymore, so we'll have updates for you soon, hopefully, on that front. Waso's an absolute monster. As you guys know, he works his butt off, and he's really having some great chats right now, and there's a lot of interest in our ecosystem. So that's essentially what I can say about exchanges.
And also, I would like to add here, like people might be wondering, like some of the exchanges, they are requiring the, like, since we mentioned that we are actually audited with Satik, they're actually waiting for the final report, and we're still discussing with the Satik. The report is not finalized, so once that is done, we can actually move forward.
You guys have heard Larry from Certic mention that the V2 contract that we have is very advanced, and Certic team hasn't seen anything like it, so it took them a little while. We're working on the centralization risk at this point. It's super important for us, so that's why the Certic audit is taking a bit longer to come out. But Certic supports us a lot. They believe in the product, so it's a matter of time on that. But when we have that ready to go, everything should fall into place. So we'll keep everyone updated.
Yeah, thank you for answering that question. I've got a very brief question as well. Have fees been finalized for the native bridge, and how will fees be used? I know that Suresh basically touched on it earlier on. There will be in the UI a breakdown on the transaction and exactly how much fees in gas you will be paying, what you'd be expecting to receive on the other side. Is that correct, Suresh?
Yes, they will know beforehand how much they can be expected to receive, as long as the target chain price is higher. If the target chain price fluctuates within that 1 minute, as I said, this is the first time we're doing with the Rise token, like not with the stable token. The prices can change at any time. By the time we go to the other chain, if somebody dumps on it, or somebody buys the price can fluctuate. So there will be a little bit of risk for the users, but at the same time, people should be aware of the risk. We'll provide the instructions like it's kind of a disclaimer kind of thing what we have to provide, that there is a chance for if there is something bad happens on that, they might get lesser price. But at the same time, we're not actually doing like, we're putting the max limits so that the volatility will be small, even though whether we buy or sell.
Yeah, it's the same as like DXs with slippages and things like that. So there's going to be volatility. There's going to be price movements on either side. And we've got a question quickly here from Rock D. Keeping in mind that the tokens that can be withdrawn at any time, is it the same when staking contract ends? I mean, will keeping it in contract yield the same 12x multiplier? And I can answer that question. Yes, it will. If you're on a 12-month stake and your contract term comes to an end, you will be basically available to withdraw at any time, and you'll continue to have the same yield on said staking contract. Obviously, the rewards work differently. There's been questions on the rewards that's been explained, but if you wish to add multipliers to your rewards, you will need to restake them. But yes, thank you for that question, Rock D.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Hey, Monty. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh my gosh. So you had to, like, you brought me up and then I had to turn off my Wi-Fi and couldn't hear anything. But anyway, sorry to hold you guys up. But
Twitter's
anyway, hey,
is funny like
I
that
know
sometimes.
at some point, I get this worked out, I believe it. Quick question on the staking. So let's say someone breaks their contract, and let's say they take out withdrawal amount that, and when they take out the amount, they pay the penalty or whatever, they still have some stake tokens that are remaining. And let's say they're in a 1 million staking contract, 1 million tokens times 12, so that's 12 million. Are they still receiving tokens based on their original staked amount, or
No,
does it calculate what they have remaining?
it would calculate what's remaining and what's in the staking contract at the time of reward distribution.
Let me add a little bit. So basically, for example, if you have 1 million staking with 12x, you'll be getting 12 million stake tokens. Suppose if you withdraw like 300K out of it, which means the way how it works is you will get your 300K token raised tokens back, and at the same time, the 300 into 12, like the 3.6 million stake tokens also will be returned back to the contract. So which you will no longer have them. So whatever the tokens you have, those are the tokens which will be used for the rewards.
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Monty. Hope you have a great day, my friend.
Yeah, you guys too, man. Appreciate you guys as usual.
Thank you very much. Mary, how are you? Mary, you might have to unmute your mic in the bottom left-hand corner. All right, I'm going to add Astro. Hey, Astro. Astro, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. Yeah.
No worries, my friend. How are you?
Okay, I'm doing good. Hope you guys doing good also, and Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Okay, so this option might also already be available, but okay, just want to ask anyhow. Is that a way of auto compounding, so we don't have to stake every time and to spend fees on BNB or whatever our coins are? So, well, is it available, or will it be if it's not?
Simple answer, it is not available, and it will not be available too, because the contract is already, unless we actually come up with a new staking contract, new logic, and transfer all the current assets to the new one, we cannot do that way.
Okay, I understand. Okay, thanks, and yeah, I wish you all the best, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Astro. Feel free to raise your hand, guys, if you have any questions. Jay Crypto, have you been able to figure out the microphone situation? I'm going to take that hand as a no. You can DM me you can DM EverRise your question, and I can read it off and answer if you'd like.
And a reminder, guys,
And
any
Jason,
questions
if
you
there's
have in
any
YouTube as well. You asking if there's anyone in YouTube asking questions, TJ?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a few people in the YouTube saying that there's some issues with the Twitter Spaces. Just reconnect and try again. That's what I've had it myself. Question here: will the NFT giveaway be resumed, or will it be a new giveaway? It'll be a new giveaway. Is that right, TJ?
Correct.
Keep an eye on socials for that. That'll be coming very, very soon. There's been a question regarding the fees that we collected on the native coin swap. The question is, apart from the gas and price fluctuation, won't the bridge collect a fee as well? 1%? Question mark. That's from Justin.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I think they're just asking about the fees involved in using the native coin swap. Obviously, if when they're transferring from one coin to another coin, what fees will be involved other than the gas fee?
Yeah, it is just 1% transaction fee, which is we take 0.5% on each chain. So it won't be directly collected on one chain, but it will be on both the chains. As I said, I mean, the example I have given, right? If you are transferring $100 worth of BNB, we buy $99.5 worth of BNB with respect to Rise and BSC and transfer those tokens, and again sell those tokens and again take 0.5% worth of tax and return the value.
Perfect. And of course, all this information will be presented to you at the time of using the bridge, so you'll know exactly what the calculations are at the time of interacting with the bridge. Obviously, fluctuations, like Suresh said earlier on, can happen and do happen across chains of either side. But thanks for answering that question, Suresh.
There you go. Rohin, I've invited you up to speak as soon as you connect. I'm also adding Nick. So whoever connects first, feel free to speak. Hey, Rohin.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Oh, hey, Nick. I think Rohin connected. Whoever would like to ask first, go ahead. It looks like he muted. So, Nick, how are you?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Happy New Year, guys. And thanks for the updates so far. I just wanted to go back to something which came up in a previous AMA, which was your discussions with other projects. And I'll caveat that with, I'm not asking you to breach any NDAs or anything, but in a previous AMA, you talked about how other projects some of them were interested in your dApps, some of them were curious. And I wondered if you could expand on that a little bit, because adoption of your dApps will, to a large extent, make sure that this project is successful. And I'd be really keen to understand, what the general mood is around some of those discussions that you've had. I mean, do the projects that you've spoken to, do you think they clearly see the value proposition that EverRise is offering? Do you think that DeFi security is something that those projects think that they can do themselves and develop their own dApps? So really, just a general flavour of where you think you are in some of those discussions. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. So, wait, Jen, I saw you unmuted your mic there. If you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to jump
Jen?
in, and then obviously, TJ, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you, Jen.
Okay, great. And TJ, I know you're also roped into the conversations that we have with other projects, so feel free to jump in if I'm missing anything. But what I'm seeing from my perspective is there's a lot of excitement around our dApps. You know, we're going into a lot of conversation with core teams at mainnets like Avalanche and Solana, and there's generally everyone is incredibly excited about the ecosystem that we're building. When we are talking to projects about individual dApps, I think it really depends on what exactly the dApp is. Like, we have some projects that are incredibly interested in leveraging our bridge system and the way we've built that. We have other projects that we're in conversations with around EverMigrate, which has been really good. But with regards to EverOwn, which in my opinion is our one of our star dApps that's currently available, it's a mixed response. There are developers that absolutely see the benefits that EverOwn brings, and it also saves them a massive chunk of their own development time not having to create a similar system. There are some developers that feel that they don't need it because their community trusts them. You know, and I think that's the interesting thing about being in DeFi. You know, a lot of these projects are community oriented, and if developers feel like they have the community's trust, they don't totally see the benefits of EverOwn. But what they're missing is, you know, it's not just securing your smart contract in a locker, it's also securing, you know, your newly generated liquidity. It's being able to appoint a second wallet owner to the smart contract in case something ever happened to that primary wallet holder. So it's a mix of reactions, but all in all, I think every day we're getting more people to see the benefits and the full scope of EverOwn, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. I just want to add to that, Jen, if you don't mind. The
No, of
biggest,
course.
especially for us, is adoption of our dApps. It takes time. Obviously, nothing happens overnight, especially to a degree of what we have. So we're essentially locking up smart contracts. It's not something that everyone's just going to throw their smart contract at you and say, take it. You know, it's a lot like a lot of people spend a lot of time on their smart contracts, and, you know, they spend a lot of hours and just essentially the word I'm looking for here, I'm trying to find the right word, but it's their baby. It is how I think I can put it. And it's not easy to hand over your baby. So there is skepticism, but at the end of the day, what we're going for is for EverOwn to be a security standard. So that when, you know, 6 months from now, a year from now, when a project launches, the first question is going to be, are you locked up in EverOwn, for example? It takes time to build that. We have built out a smaller sales team, which we just did some hires for to kind of expand adoption of our dApps. So Waso has plenty of emails daily that he goes through of projects interested. He's on calls all the time with projects, pitching EverOwn, explaining the benefits, why it's necessary. As Jen said, it's not just a smart contract locker. It does a lot more. That even if your community trusts you, it's important to lock the newly generated liquidity. It's important to have a second owner. It's not just about community trust. So it's things that will take time. We are working our butts off to get it in as many people's faces as possible. But it does take time, and we're taking all the necessary steps to essentially put it out there. We have a lot of press coming out, a lot of marketing. A lot of the exchanges that we're talking to, they love EverOwn. They love it for their ecosystem. They love what it does because it doesn't exist. It's first to market. So it's taking essentially where we invented something, and it's about bringing adoption to the masses. So that's where we are with EverOwn. That's where we are with other projects. But there are plenty of conversations going on behind the scenes with these projects that are debating coming onto EverOwn.
And obviously, I just wanted to quickly touch upon what you just said, because absolutely it is true. For the long term as well, especially in decentralized finance, you know, how decentralized is DeFi right now? And also what projects are looking to do to protect themselves long term against any regulatory scrutiny that may come their way. So this is another big thing as well, obviously decentralizing projects and helping, you know, develop the tools for projects to do that. So that's another real big benefit that EverOwn and systems like EverOwn can help projects with.
Absolutely.
That's great, guys.
Nick, does that
Thanks
answer your
very
question?
much for that update. Yeah, it does. I mean, obviously, I'll be coming back in future AMAs to see how it's progressing. But that's a really good update. Thanks very much.
Awesome. Our pleasure. Thanks, Nick. I'm going to add Guam. Gulam. I hope I said that right. You can feel free to correct me. Are you there, my friend? In the meantime, I'm going to bring up Crypto Kelly. Hey, Kelly.
Hey.
Yes, I can. How
I'm
are
well.
you?
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
I was wondering if it's even appropriate, but are any of the D apps patented or in process of application for patent?
Suresh, you want to take this one?
No, so far nothing is patented. Yeah, we're just thinking about this native coin swap is one thing we just started thinking, but nothing is actually officially started. It is just my idea. Like we will see what we can do with that.
Okay, thank you. I just think it'd be a great idea to do. Thank you.
Yeah, obviously the code for DApps is not made public. It's proprietary code to EverRise. But obviously, Suresh and the legal team can look at avenues in the future if we need to use them.
Yeah, just to make it proprietary, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Jay Crypto, I see you requested again. I don't see a DM from you with your question. I'm going to add you back up again. Hopefully it works this time. Jay Crypto, any luck? Fourth time's the charm, maybe? Nope. Okay. Jay, any rapid fire questions from YouTube?
Yeah, how will the 1% fee be utilized on?
I lost you there. I don't know if that was just me or.
Even I lost it, but I believe he is asking about the 1% B fee. How are we utilizing it? Yeah, it's for the business development. I mean, it's nothing to do with it. It won't go to Kraken or anything. It is part of the business development expense. So.
There you go. I don't see any hands raised at the moment. We have about 5 more minutes on here, so if anyone has a question, don't be shy. I see Mary's requested again. I'm going to add Kyle as well. Hey, Kyle.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my question. I have a couple questions. One's with merch. I don't know if this is an option for you guys, but just an idea. I love the stickers, and I would love to, get a ton of them and post them everywhere. So I was wondering if you guys can do like a bulk buy for like a cheaper price for stickers. Like I work at the airport, and I would love to just put 100 of them everywhere. So it's just an idea. I don't know if it's possible. So just a suggestion.
Yeah, Kyle, so it's funny, I've actually been looking into that as an option for Printful as well. And I'm actually reaching out to their support to figure that out. But I'll keep you posted because I agree. I think like stickers should at least come in like packs of 10, like 10, 15, 20, as opposed to just one single sticker.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I would love to just buy a ton and put them everywhere. But you kind of get what I'm saying. And then I did have a second question. This has been answered a bunch, but I just wanted to say it again about the Kraken buyback. Earlier on we got that big BNB buy, and it was awesome, right, for people who were already here. But I've told so many people about EverRise, right, my friends and my family, and they bought after that buyback, and they're kind of like, what's going on? Like, I thought they're, and I understand, like, it wasn't really supposed to happen, but I was wondering if it was the Kraken was going to get reloaded, or if there was like a way that I can, I don't know, tell my buddies like, no,
Yeah.
it's just kind of building
So,
up right now. You know what I mean?
Kyle, what I would say is, the automatic buyback happens based off of volume. This feature that we're introducing into EverBridge is going to be a massive volume driver for us. The buys and sells and you sorry, how am I trying to phrase this? The buys and sells and utilizing the Rise token as the transfer token is going to result in volume on the chart, which will help trigger the buyback, which rewards stakers, right? And then you have to also look at, Suresh has talked about this, but when you're utilizing this native cross-chain coin swap and the price is higher and there is an arbitrage advantage for doing this, that additional money will get split between the buyback wallet and project sustainability. Like 90% of any gains made from a trade that's leveraging this feature will get sent into the buyback wallet. So it's going to help, one, build it up, two, trigger it more often.
Right on. That's good to hear. Yeah, I appreciate the update. Yeah, I love everything that keeps coming out. Love what's going on. I love EverRise. Love the project. I've got like 5 or 6 different bags of like 9 times, 10 times, 11 times, 12. Oh man, like I'm excited, and thanks for doing the AMAs. Really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
I love that, Kyle. Thank you so much, my friend. Hope you have a wonderful day, and please send us a DM, and I'll reach out to you about getting you some stickers to post around the airport. Sounds awesome.
Right on, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Take care. NDA Safe Moon. Hey, NDA, you there?
I'm here. I was just connecting.
Hey.
I guess I was going to piggyback off Kyle's question. Would there be a way to implement maybe a buyback chart or graph on the staking platform?
Interesting question. I can bring that up to the development team. Let me just send this message right now before I forget.
Sounds good. It was just something that, like, when he was talking about it, I was like, like a chart or like a graph that would show like the timeline of the transactions or something along those lines would be pretty cool. Because I like the new look already on the staking side, and I know you guys are still building it out, but I like seeing the dollar amount, the staking amount, and everything in between. That's pretty nice.
I couldn't agree more. Appreciate
a lot of hard
that.
work in there.
We're just getting started too. Plenty more to do, my friend.
I agree.
I hope you have a great.
One more question. I've got somebody who's trying to stake, and they keep getting a invalid message code when we go through on the wallet. We've cleared the cache on the browser and on the phone, and it took us about 3 weeks to actually get the migration done from almost the same error messages.
Titan, you want to take that? I'm not the most technical guy.
No, I mean, so if I cannot really answer right now, like without knowing the issue. So if there is a way, if you can contact one of the mods or like they can touch base with us, we can work it out, like see what is going on. But
all right, I'll send you a DM if you don't mind, Titan.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, guys. You guys have a nice day, evening, morning.
You too, my friend. Thank you so much for the questions. Always a pleasure to talk to you on Tuesdays. We'll take one more question because we're just past the top of the hour. Sunreal? Hey, Sunreal. Good, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. I just want to say I'm impressed. I'm always impressed with you guys. I feel like y'all ended the year very strong. I love the video Jen did, 26 questions with Next Exchange. I did show my family and friends. I had a wonderful holiday. So I just want to say thank you guys once again for all your hard work. I did not see the native coin swap coming. Great job, Titan. That's very impressive. Once again, I'm just always impressed. And I just wanted to say to you guys real quick, I see we're running into a little problem, giving away this mutant NFT. So if there's any more problems with people claiming this NFT, I came up with a solution. Y'all are rubbing off on me. Y'all come up with solutions here at EverRise. So my solution is I'll just send my wallet address to you, Titan, to your DM, and just go ahead and send me that NFT and I will claim it.
I wanted to do the same thing.
There'll be no
Unfortunately,
more
everyone wants to do the
problems.
same thing.
But no, I
I like
appreciate
what
you guys. I really do. Keep up the great work.
Thanks, Unreal. I appreciate that, my friend. And I like what you said about, you weren't expecting the native token swap. I think that's one thing we've proven here that we like to do is randomly drop products. And that was just a random idea that Suresh had. And lo and behold, it's coming out. The beta's coming out tomorrow, and it's going to go to public release on the 10th. So
yeah,
you can always, you never know what you're going to get. We're always going to be pumping out products. That's what we do
yeah,
here.
and,
So
and it's
thanks
always
for
a
bringing
box of
it, Clay.
chocolates too. Like I'm going to be using that native swap because I've been wanting to play around with the arbitrage and wanting to use the bridge, but being a little iffy about how to get Matic and stuff like that. So this is going to be really good for me. I can't wait to try it out.
Yes, sir. It'll be good for you and great for everybody. So appreciate you saying that. I hope you have a wonderful day and Happy New Year.
I've got a couple of quick fire questions, TJ, before we think about closing the space, if it's okay.
Absolutely.
Jason,
got a question.
I
Yeah.
unfortunately do have to hop off for a call, so I'll leave you guys here. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys on Telegram and whatnot.
No worries,
Bye,
Jen. Thank you. So I've got a question here from Crypto Mamba on Telegram. He's asking, can the bridge volume drain the Kraken since there is no tax? Amount going out of the Kraken might be higher than what's coming in. Quick question for you, Suresh.
Yeah, it won't drain the Kraken because it's putting back into the Kraken again. So see, with the native token, native coin swap, the liquidity is actually moving here and there from BSC to Poly to ETH. I mean, it will just move around the chains. But the Kraken, because of the volume, the Kraken will be fired very frequently, and the stakers will get the tokens. I mean, that is what we really wanted. Like, we don't want to have that entire Kraken amount sitting there for like 1 year or 2 years. We just don't want to have, I mean, unless we want to use it, but we want to use it in a systematic way, not like, so that is the reason we are trying to, I mean, even though we know that 100 million volume will be hard to get on Poly, we just still went with it, assuming that everything will fall in place. But unfortunately, Poly volume is not picking up or ETH volume is not picking up. So we are trying ways to bring the volume so that the Kraken gets fired. So yeah, I mean, and also people need to, like, this native coin swap, whatever we built, I mean, because we have the equal liquidity pools across the chains, we're able to do it. Suppose if we don't have the equal liquidity pools, we couldn't be able to do it. So everything, I mean, basically initially we went with ETH launch with small liquidity, it failed, I mean, because of the low liquidity. Then we came up with V2 with equal liquidity. Now, because of equal liquidity, we're able to do this native coin swap. So yeah, everything is going fine. But the only thing is, once people attract to this, I mean, if not one product, we are building more and more products. So another products will surely will be attracted by the people. So
Yeah,
and I believe native will be the first one.
Yeah, obviously our ecosystem is designed around volume. We are focusing on volume. 2022 is going to be all about generating volume, whether that's introducing new products and services, which helps that, or even expanding out to the other new blockchains and exchanges. So thank you for that question, Crypto Mamba, and for the people in YouTube as well. for your questions. This has been a great AMA. I know there's been a few issues with Twitter Spaces, and I apologize for that. I've experienced it myself, but that's it for the questions.
Lost Jason there, but I'll carry on where he left off. That's it for the question and answer period for this week. Thank you guys for joining us. We look forward to seeing your reaction to the native coin swap. Keep your eyes on our social channels for that. For the merch giveaways, just a reminder, we're giving away merch every day this week. So keep your eye on our Twitter for that, and as well for the Gleam link to the Mutant Ape giveaway. That said, I hope everyone has a lovely week. You know where to find us, and we'll talk to you soon. Titan, if you have any closing words, or Jason, if not, we'll end the space and see everyone in Telegram.
We are good. Let us hope people can actually see the native coin swap tomorrow with the beta version, and let's see how it goes when more people start using it.
There you have it, folks. Keep your eyes on our socials. You won't miss anything. With that said, hope everyone has a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.